Hey, 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 can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll kick it off then.
Yes. Can you promote like Partitura account? Uh,
Can you what?
Promote Partitura account to a speaker.
I don't understand what you mean. Partitura?
Yes. Like I have my colleague Alex who is under like Partitura account. But can you promote him to a speaker?
I can't. I'm just another speaker. You have to ask the host.
Oh, okay.
Can you just have them push request to speak? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to start. So hello, everyone. Welcome to this next episode of our developer series of Powerpool AMAs on X. In this series of spaces, we're featuring projects which have decided to build on top of Power Agent, which is our decentralized permissionless automation network that anyone can use. For those of you who are totally new to Powerpool, we are the developers and operators of the Power Agent Automation Network. That's an automation network that's a service network that adds functionality to, in our case, EVM L1 chains, L2 scaling layers. It's not widely known that EVM chains and layers are not really complete because they don't have any internal automation capabilities. So the Power Agent Service Network was developed to provide L1 and L2 developers and individuals with these missing services in a fully decentralized, configurable, trustworthy way that matches the ethos of Ethereum and the EVM ecosystem. I'm joined today by Vasily Sumanov, who's the Powerpool Director of Research. And today's project is Partitura. We have Alex and perhaps a few others from Partitura. I'm really looking forward to today's session because it's about account abstraction, smart contract accounts. It's an area I don't fully understand and very important to us. Partitura is integrating a lot of this for the safe wallet on Gnosis chain. We have over 100 keepers operating now on Gnosis chain, and we have already started to ship very useful automation. Are you there?
Hello, Gordon, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
We could not hear you like last minute or two.
Okay. Well, where did I drop off?
That Powerpool have like around 1,000 nodes on the Gnosis chain.
Yeah. Right. So Partitura is focused on smart contract accounts and taking advantage of account abstraction, particularly in the context of the safe wallet, which is the leading wallet that's integrated into the Gnosis chain community, and therefore we already have some useful automations and templates created for Gnosis chain and safe wallets. And so I think everyone will be very interested in hearing more about what Partitura is up to.
Yes. Let me start, and then I'll probably pass to my colleague Alex. So basically, we at Partitura, like our mission, our product proposition is to solve like Web3 routines, to create a tool to allow users to automate their routines in Web3. Because like people have more and more tasks and they request a lot of manual work that they don't want to really to do. So like our value proposition is something like Zapier doing in Web2, automating everything in a simple interface with like a lot of protocols integrated, automations networks like Powerpool. Soon it will be powered by AI, so you will be able to do a prompt, and we will figure out like how to automate your routine. Regarding like Powerpool and the whole grant, our value proposition was to allow safe users to use like Powerpool. Uh, and like as Gordon already mentioned, Safe Wallet is the main wallet in account abstraction field. And our grant proposition was to create a model to automate it. Alex, do you want to talk more about the model?
Yeah. As you said, the model allows us to perform different actions, automate actions on account abstraction, especially right now on the safe. Yeah, kind of. I think we'll like explain more like during the next questions from the guys. What's our model? What's the status? And how it works probably.
Yeah, I think I can ask a question. So hi everybody, first of all. So Alex, nice to meet you, and Alex, both Alexes, nice to meet you guys. So yeah, I just want to make a little correction. It's not thousands of nodes. It's more than 100 nodes on Gnosis chain. It's in particular maybe 108 nodes, but it's also impressive result because each keeper should ideally have its own RPC, and the majority of our keepers are Gnosis chain validators, so they definitely have their own RPCs, and they're like professional node runners and know what to do with nodes. So this is a good piece of news here. So we're also focusing on other networks like Arbitrum and some roll-ups, and Polygon is also like in the nearest plans to expand Powerpool there, to get more nodes there, to get at least maybe 50 nodes on each network, to be sure that these nodes will, in a robust way, automate any kind of user's tasks. So yeah, and also what I also want to add that on Gnosis chain, validators themselves, they start to automate their claims of rewards, of validator rewards, and converting them to some your stable coins or some other ones. So it means that even the validators in Gnosis, they understand the power of automation. And this is so why it really matters, and they use it for themselves because they like more intelligent guys than retail users in regard of building something like with the code, right? But anyway, we'll make a lot of templates. So and also Partitura with the AI powered prompt stuff that will allow users to make some intents and just automate things using it. It will be, I think, the big step forward in automation. So, but anyway, I want to ask. So now we have a Power Agent model for Gnosis Safe, right? And powered with account abstraction, etc. So how users can use it right now, and maybe what we need additional to develop to make it even more useful. So yeah, how to use it. So you build a really important piece of infrastructure. So what's the next step for user to get an access to this product?
In the nearest future, user will be able to use this model like abstracted through our web application and like for the Partitura app. But right now, you also can use it for the bunch of scripts which are open sourced and GitHub. Yeah, like in the same with the mod, yeah, and you can set up a task here. You can use it with, of course, with your Safe wallet. Set up task, different transaction. Yeah, so now we can use it right now, right here. Yeah, and as I said, in the near future with our web application, which will like abstract the whole script things.
Yeah, cool. So and you said about the scripts. So could you maybe provide a couple of examples of such scripts that you mentioned? Because maybe it will be really useful for Powerpool community. Maybe we can also add it in some kind of an article to to spread the word about that and provide some new information to users. Because I personally will be really interested to test these scripts.
Yeah, of course. These scripts allows you to, first of all, enable this model on your Safe wallet, set up a job, and set up a specific job with specific transactions which will be executed on your Safe based on your configuration. For example, right, you can set up a stream of money. It means you can send money from your Safe wallet automatically to another wallet. Like for a kind of period of time. I mean, like every minute you can say one way, for example, or like a salary flow. Also, you can perform a bunch of transaction at the same time, also in an automatic way.
Cool. So, and yeah, but could you please present maybe a particular example? So, what can I automate as a user right now using this script, for example? I mean, particular little action or some sequence of actions.
Yes. As I said, you right now you can, for example, set up your money streaming. It's to send the money from your Safe to another wallet in automated way. It will send let's say one ETH every week to another wallet in an automatic way with the help of model and keepers. Yeah. Also, you can set up a buying or DCA kind of task, which will buy every week, for example, a special amount of tokens based on like special like amount of ETH. So a kind of any Web3 routine.
Yep. So we will check it out by our devs and see how it works. Maybe we'll make some special article, like maybe little instruction and our, like some transactions, showcase some transactions there just to provide more like more information on that, because I think this is something really important, like for us, because we're also building a DCA strategy as a template. But yeah, if you have a script already, so it will be really brilliant, to use it and test it out right now. So could I ask you about some insights on per agent model? So how it works, maybe some important information like for users, or maybe some for some sophisticated developers who know something about the models.
Yeah, sure. The model is really small. It's a small amount of code, to be honest, but it's really helpful. It allows you to, as we said, automate any transaction or your Safe wallet. What kind of insights can be here? We deployed this model on different networks such as Gnosis, Safe, Arbitrum, and users need just to enable this model on their safes, or they can deploy their own model for them for some reasons. If they want to not have the common wallet, but the main one common wallet, model, it's not a problem to use from everyone, because in the task you set up the address of Safe on which we will execute this task, and the model is checking who is the owner of this task. Yeah, so one of the insights was that Power Agent didn't provide any information about executing task in the this transaction, and with the help of the team Powerpool, we realized how to find it. Yeah, we improved agent, and now that's 100% safe execution on the model.
Cool. Yeah, I remember this workflow, so it was really good, to find out all this stuff that need to be upgraded. So we upgraded it, and finally it works. So let's move a little bit further. So I think that the main focus of Partitura is account abstraction, right? So it's a big trend now in DeFi, maybe like over the 6 or 8 months already, or even more. So, and the modular account abstraction is also in place. So yeah, could you provide more information regarding account abstraction? So I think maybe some basic information how it works, why it's really important for the next level of adoption in Web3, and also how it works in Partitura particularly. And so what can we do right now with it? For example, using Power Agent. So like some maybe example of task with account abstraction feature use.
Yeah, I think like I will try to explain. So like in my like opinion, account abstraction is very important for the whole ecosystem, for the whole like onboarding of new users, because right now the two big like the big problems interacting with Web3 apps is first of all onboarding. We put too much pressure on new users with like private keys. We say, like, hey, here is like your private key, don't lose it or you will lose all your money. And not much people can tolerate it, like not much normies can tolerate it. Like even for me it's still like stressful to like operate all the crypto keys. Recently there was like a hack of the breach, and there was like literally a blog post on Twitter that, hey, revoke the permission, and the next like post was a scammy link, and I already clicked it, and I almost clicked like a MetaMask to approve a transaction on a scammy link, and then like my spider senses kick in, and like I close the tab. But it's really stressful to people to operate with everything. So I think like an account abstraction is basically abstracted. You can have like a social logins, you can have like different types of logins, and you can basically put steps when you introduce like private keys more further, and you can split the keys. So you can have like different type of schemes how we can like introduce your users to private keys. And the second part is like interacting with Web3. So even simple steps, even simple actions like adding liquidity, for example, it requires 4 transactions, 3 transactions, and a lot of like clicks, unnecessary clicks, even simple swap, right? It's approve plus swap, right? And with account abstraction, it can be all abstracted into one action. So I think like it's two main features of account abstractions, like basically batchings and social logins, let's say. Of course, recovery, that you can set up like social recovery with your friends or with your family. If you lose your private key, you can stop the guards who can recover your account. But I think like batching is one of the most important feature which we use a lot. That's allow us to basically like you can stop any flow with any amount of actions and any amount of automations, but at the end you will only like sign one transaction. So it's reduce it simplifies UX a lot. So I think like from a product side, that's what is like account abstraction for me. Maybe Alex, you can add something.
Yeah, I can discuss here about why we built an account abstraction, our tool. It's because, as you said, right, the account abstraction, we see that's a biggest future of the crypto, because everything will be like account abstraction. Now we even see networks with a native solution for account abstraction, but the metrics show different. They show that people use account abstraction, but they don't use batching, which like make me sad that we can execute much actions better. Yeah, so our goal to give a tool for the users to use more batching and make their like two routines more efficient.
Cool. So yeah, but what the current status of development? So as I understand, the model is ready, right? So we can use. So I saw that some test transactions on Gnosis. So, and for more convenience, Powerpool needs to make some safe integration and wallet connect integration, right? So this is the next steps from our side that we need to do to make this product a really, like a easy solution for users, right?
Right, yeah, and from our side, we are enabling this in our web application. I think Alex can here elaborate more about like some estimates.
Yes, so basically, as a smart contracts, like the model, like is almost deployed. From like web interface, we are preparing like an alpha version of our application. So it's currently like we close testing it to fix all the bugs and to allow anyone to access our like product. So I think like February, like second week of February, is is our goal to release like for alpha testing. So like you can go to like our website, join the web list, or subscribe to our social media, and we will announce like everything regarding like alpha tests there.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to ask, so you're already deployed on Gnosis Chain and Arbitrum. Do you have a time frame for Ethereum mainnet?
To be honest, we can deploy the model right now on the Ethereum mainnet. Probably we'll do it like this week. Yeah, we just wanted to make some tests on other networks because yeah, it's cheaper, before
Sure.
deploying the mainnet. Yeah. So.
And then after that, what other networks? Just today, we published the fact that we now have portable randomization, which means we can go to any EVM networks now. We don't have any more dependencies. So what other networks do you see?
We see like another networks if it's possible, Polygon and any EVM networks, because all we need to just deploy the model and we need some safe infrastructure for it, and safe infrastructure is cover more than 100 networks right now, if I remember right. So in this case, like any network is possible. We just
Well, great. I mean, we're very close on Polygon, but I think the point is that we can take this pretty much across the entire EVM ecosystem, every L1 and L2 in the EVM ecosystem.
Yeah, Gordon, I just want to add some information that this, so we published a brand new article regarding the verifiable random function that we plan to release soon, but so it's now under development, so it's not released like in production yet, but we hope that maybe in 2 weeks it will be already. Of course, all this, timeline is approximate. So I want to ask Partitura guys, so you're working all the time with focus on automation, right? So what is your view on the market? Because I think this is maybe even more interesting because in context of discussion to which chains Partitura will deploy its model. So Partitura can deploy model to every chain, to every EVM chain, almost all of them. I have no doubts, but the question is where we really need to have this model and make some marketing, make some additional user acquisition there. So what is like top 3 chains according to your knowledge for the automation? Because so we all know that on Ethereum we have the majority of liquidity, right? A lot of protocols, a lot of liquidity, a lot of possible yield strategies, a lot of stuff. But really, users barely automate something there because it's too costly for them. You need a huge deposit in some, for example, yield strategy to cover all the gas costs, all the frequent executions to make it really profitable. So this is why there are some protocols that building, vaults and all this stuff that they have only one selling point. We automate something for you and you share the gas costs. So, but the automation that Partitura tries to promote and Powerpool tries to promote as a new approach for users is individual automation, right? So you set up tasks for particular your position, for your CDP protection, for example, or for your payment streaming or for your DCA. So you don't share the gas costs anymore with other users. You use your own setup. You create a job in Partitura model. It works. You automate your stuff. So what do you think? We have a lot of rollups with like tiny gas costs. Nobody uses them, right? So, but where is this intersection or like the chains that we can say, okay, here's enough liquidity, here is enough users, here's enough demand for automation, and here are also cheap gas costs. So could you maybe provide like top 3 from your personal knowledge about the market for automation?
Yeah, of course. Also, here we should pay attention on where the adoption of a construction we see, because well, it's like related to safe and a construction. And here we see that Polygon has a lot of safe smart wallets, and they have huge activities, and they really can automate them, make it more efficient, make bunch. And here we talk not about liquidity, DeFi stuff. Here we also see different cases with NFTs, GameFi, and other stuff which can be more popular in the future, and also will require some automation and some like routine. So we will see it. So Polygon, after that, I can say that optimism and the whole OP stack is really interesting at this moment, especially after the case with WorldCoin, when they onboard into safe and the construction a ton of the people. So and now they are kind of part of optimism. So that's really interesting. Yeah, and Alex, maybe you add someone.
Yeah, maybe I will name something not shiny, but I hear like a lot of people using it, like really using it, like it's Binance Smart Chain. I don't know, is it still like being like BC chain or BNB chain? Like, but like Binance Smart Chain is people still use it like for I don't know shitcoin liquidity and like trading, and basically like let's say gambling with liquidity. So I think like these chains from the new chains, I think like the one like I personally follow is a Blast. They have like a lot of noise, and I see like a lot of people joining the Blast. So I think like I agree with Alex on Polygon and OP. So BC is in my opinion, should be on the radars. From the new chains, it's like probably Blast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Polygon, we're almost there. Optimism, I think you're right about that. BNB chain is definitely in our sights. We have it's harder for us to build a large keeper pool on BNB because of their architecture and the size of their nodes. But we're definitely going to get there one way or another. So yeah, we should be able to go with you every step of the way.
Cool.
Yeah, could I ask another question regarding the market? So, yeah, we are going to Polygon, and I totally agree that Polygon is possibly the most developed ecosystem in terms of the number of user base and TVL and like low fees at the same time. So because Polygon was one of the first ones, and it was far before the all the rollup that we know. Even if maybe there were some issues with breach in the early days and other technical stuff, but now Polygon is really solid. But what are maybe like top 3 these automation use cases from your point of view? So what people really want to automate today?
Yeah, let me like give my view. So probably like the top one is a DCA. So like average, like let's say normies, a lot of like influencers promote like DCA strategy for buying assets, let's say like Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I think like it's a less stressful way to get into crypto, to set up like some basic DCA strategy to buy 3 or 5 coins every week for like what, let's say $100, and like you will get the most like probably returns over like years of time frame. So I guess like top one will be DCA. Like for me, top 2 will be everything like with liquidity, because like a lot of liquidity pools, a lot of liquidity protocols, they don't have like automated vaults, or like they basically not automated. So like simple like restaking and liquidity strategies are not available. So I hear a lot from users that they forget about liquidity, or there's liquidity out of range and they forget to restart it. So probably subcategory of it will be bribing automation, when people on bribing like CV or the curve, they forget to basically to vote for bribes, to claim them, like to restake them, and everything related to this. The third case will be everything related to, like Alex called it, like money streaming, when you need to like send money at specific events or a specific time, like every week send to this wallet, or like when this happens, and these events can be on-chain events or even off-chain events. Do like this, like send money to this address, or do these actions. So from my side, like this will be top 3 use cases for automation. Alex, maybe you can add something?
Yeah, and I think we shouldn't forget about that right now. A lot of activities with the protocols related to kind of airdrop rumors, and people want automate it also as well by their like hands, their scripts. But I think this industry can be also take a part here, that people like have some rumors and they started to farm something possible in the future and they need to automate it. Yeah, so I think here we also see it.
Yeah, I totally agree regarding the airdrop automation, because I got at least 3 questions from the community from totally different persons regarding, is it possible to create a job in PowerAgent that will target only one keeper? So because the thing is that if you make something manually from your MetaMask, for example, some farming or some staking of tokens and some protocols that you want to get airdrop in the future, possibly, you will get this possible airdrop to your wallet, right? Because you use this wallet for all the interactions.
Yeah.
But if for the automation, if keeper automates your transaction, it means that his worker address will, be recorded as airdrop recipient. But if we will dig a little bit even deeper, we will find out that all the contract calls are coming through the PowerAgent contract. So finally, the PowerAgent contract will be also involved there. So, and yeah, we got some requests regarding that, and we possibly will make some, update to the architecture a little bit later, and we'll have time for that, to allow people to create a job and create their own keeper. Because the thing is that if you want to set up your own like keeper bot, not Powerpool one, I mean, you set up your own node, you make your own scripts to like totally standalone solution. I mean, you need to spend a lot of time. It works not stable. It sometimes lost their RPC connection. So there are a lot of technical issues that you need to solve before it will really work 24/7. So in Powerpool, you can launch a node from from the package on Dep node or standalone node. It's really easy to launch. It works. It tested. It had a lot of upgrades last 6 months. So it's like a production ready solution that allows you to make a keeper bot. So, and also the job and all these interactions between your instructions, what keeper should do, is done via the PowerAgent contract. So it means that this is something that really works now. So you can launch your keeper bot from Powerpool, Gitbook instruction, and maybe spend 30 minutes for that. If you already have an RPC ready for that, you can set up a job also really fast and start to automate. But if your job is targeting only your keeper, or maybe 2 keepers, if you want to make it more robust, you can make 2 or 3 keepers, for example. Why not? So you will pay all the execution fees to your own keepers. So it means that you will not lose money on that, right? So you will pay automation fees for yourself. So you will spend only the gas costs that you will inevitably spend, even if you will do it all manually. So what does it mean? It means that you are really like targeting possibly the right question, because now there are a lot of new rollups, a lot of new products. So, and we also see this, this demand for airdrop farming automation. So, and I think that we will include these new features soon. And yeah, possibly we can even align with Partitura together to make it even simpler for users to farm airdrops. For that,
I think it's really important for us to facilitate the airdrop functionality, because for us, the constant battle is recruiting ever more keepers. We need more and more and more keepers as we go across more and more and more networks. And the idea that you can wake up in the morning as a Powerpool keeper and have an airdrop, possibly because of transactions you did yourself, but more likely transactions you did for other people. That's like adding a little bonus prize to the keeper recruitment process. Keepers will, I'm pretty sure, in future occasionally find nice airdrops, and we need to make that work.
Yeah, I also want to add that, for example, if you run a Powerpool keeper that is used for your own jobs, I mean, in these airdrop farming strategies, at the same time, your own keepers can also automate some third-party jobs in the network in general, right? Based on your CUP staking. So it means that you can also get some additional income from just routine automation of some other users' jobs, which are not related to airdrops at all. So yeah, something that becomes really profitable. So I think this could be a good strategy. So, and we are really making some, focus on that right now. Yeah, guys, from Partitura, maybe you have some questions for Powerpool regarding maybe even not tech, maybe some market, some ideas, because I think this is some really interesting brainstorming coming out here.
Yeah, like what interested me, for example, is like what is your further plan for development? Like any core updates planned for near future? Maybe some cool features.
Yeah, for us, I think the biggest update so far will be the Powerpool native verifiable random function. So as I said before, we published the first article on that regarding all the mathematical implementation inside it, how it will work with some math details. So we want to run this Powerpool VRF on Optimism, on Scroll, possibly on some other chains. And rollups, because for example, Optimism Scroll they doesn't have any chain link verifiable random function, which is ordinarily available on big chains like like Polygon, for example. So, and we discussed with these ecosystems, particularly with Scroll, that possibly they could be interested to use this verifiable random function to some other projects that are launching on Scroll, because they also need some provable source of randomness there. So this is the, I think, core update so far, because it will allow us to deploy literally any L1, L2s, and even L3s, which are also became popular lately. So also the next big update, I think it will be the template store with some templates. There possibly we can use particular scripts there. I don't know exactly how it could work, because I need to dig into the scripts first of all and understand how they work, make some testing, launch some some automation jobs with them. But it also can be a really cool feature. And the next step is also the off-chain computations. Maybe it will be, first of all, without any zk proofing, so not like in a 100% decentralized and solid way as we want to do it, because with zk proofing it will be something really ideal and something really cool that we can deliver. But of course, zk tech is it's heavy, it's complicated, and it requires a lot of research, and it's time-consuming stuff. Not many people know how it works. So, but possibly there will be some off-chain triggers included that are not verified by zk, but at least they will work for some particular applications where users can trust this off-chain source. And there are many of them, because we see some other projects that using off-chain triggers without any like proper verification, I can say. So just they have some off-chain stuff that they use as a trigger, and it works because this off-chain information source is reliable for them. So, because if you're talking about the digitalization, it's always a compromise, right? If you have some kind of a task that you need some off-chain trigger, and you say, as a user, you can say, okay, I will trust the source. I think that this is okay for me. You can use it, and in majority of cases, it really works. But yeah, for the future more decentralized, applications and high-value tasks, there will be zk proofing. So yeah, this is a top 3. So I will just briefly outline them one more time. It's verifiable random function, which will allow us to deploy all EVM compatible chains that we want. Second is the template store and all the stuff that is related to user experience and templates, and making this automation and onboarding pretty easy, because now you need to make some contracts. Of course, it's not possible to scale at all. And third, and the Partitura is the best partner to scale it so far. So this is why we are proud to work with Partitura. And the third one is the off-chain triggers and off-chain computations.
Yeah,
I'd like to talk a little bit about the DApp store that we have planned. I mean, we call it the DApp store because everyone knows what an Apple App Store is, or Google Play. But the point is, we really want to push a paradigm where individual developers, just solo developers, can put up automated service templates and pay themselves royalties directly into their wallets. So no tokens, no DAOs, no VCs, put it up and it automatically gets swept every day or week or month, whatever, into your wallet. And that is a paradigm shift. And I think it has some good potential because right now, no one trusts links. No one wants to connect their wallet to a link that they see on X. No, there's no trusted source of links. Everything on Google is spoofed, and it's spoofed even more now that Google is going to allow more crypto advertising for the ETFs and everything. So the question is, where do you go for a trusted?
hello.
Yeah, I think the problem on his side. Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry, it looks like you lost me, or what?
No. I think
Yeah.
like it's problem.
Someone was lost. Yeah, someone lost.
It's problem with Gordon mic.
Gordon. Yes, it looks like it's a problem with the Gordon mic, but yeah, I will just finalize this thing regarding the dApp store. So yeah, if you want to power next, millions of users, we need to make it as easy as possible. So, and as easy as possible is something that users already know, and everybody knows the dApp store, so app store. So the dApp store is pretty easy to understand. So just the analogical thinking here.
Yeah, I think we have like kind of the same concept of like community platform where we basically like our vision is to allow like anyone to create a like workflows and share it with their community. Because like as Gordon mentioned, like you need some source of trust, and like you probably trust your like friends that can share like a workflow with you. You trust like influencers, and they can like show you how to do like specific workflow, and really bullish on stuff like that. Because like first of all, you can like earn money from doing like workflows, and second of all, you like basically simplify like the job of operating the crypto for the newbies, because they can find like the workflow that they need, and it's kind of like dune effect when the most of dashboards already created, so you don't need to. I think like for the workflows it will be the same, so the most workflows will be created and open source, so you don't need to do your own yourself.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the DApp store is kind of like a Lego, but what we really need right now is some proof of concepts. I would like to see a proof of concept of the simplest possible service you can think of, but with a three-way fee split. So in other words, on every execution or cumulative executions, some money goes to the developer, some money goes to a nominated influencer, and some money goes to common goods funding like Gitcoin. And once we have that working, everyone will get it. They will suddenly realize, oh, I don't need tokens. I don't need my own tokens anymore. And yes, I can pay those influencers for marketing. And it's just, it gets around the problem of so many projects having to strap a token onto something a service that makes no sense, and have all the overhead of a token when they don't need it. What they need is auto collection of royalties and fees. That's all.
Yeah, I think that possibly we can make some, separate actions together with Partitura to, bring more stuff to these dev stores and to your community platform as well. So let's collaborate on this point as well. I think it's a really good idea, guys.
Yeah, sure. Like it's I think like we all agree that it's a good idea. There is no like incentive to close source things out. So of course we collaborate on this.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for us?
I don't know, Alex. Do you want to ask something? Or...
Yeah, as you mentioned about, I want to go back to like airdrop, what we discussed, and that keepers can be incentivized by participating in like probable airdrops of other people. But how do you see about like a high cost, like a gas cost networks? What we will see there, like how many validators do you see there, and do you have any plan to onboard them, and how? Because I think it's like kind of question right now.
Yeah. So if you are talking about the high cost networks, I think you're mainly focusing on Ethereum, right? Because besides Ethereum, I can't remember one really high cost network besides Ethereum.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so on Ethereum, it's tricky because so on board some keepers on Ethereum is not a problem. Why? Because there is a lot of people that have Ethereum node. They're stall stakers. Some of them are DApp node users, and we have a quite good collaboration with DApp node so far. So I got maybe 5 or 7 requests from my friends who have the Ethereum nodes at home. I mean, they even not following Powerpool deeply. They just know that there's such a project, and ask, oh, I saw that there's some node runners from Ethereum needed, so we can launch something if you want. We are happy to earn some fees on top of that. But the question is, so for example, if you have 50 keepers, for example, on some network, you need to have enough tasks to provide some income for them, right? Of course, if a keeper already has a validator node at home, or like some other RPC that is not related to Powerpool directly, so he don't need to cover cost of the RPC, and the cost of running keeper is quite low. But anyway, it's some attention, some time that should be consumed for launch, for maintenance. Maybe he need to check it out sometimes. So, and the question is, would there be number of tasks that will be sufficient to cover at least some smallest cost of all these keepers to provide them some income that they will be okay with running the keeper next month. And the thing is that, for example, if you want to get at least one job per keeper over the 24 hours period, for 50 keepers, it's around 114 jobs. That should 114 executions per day. Because, yeah, if all the keepers are selected randomly, so the probability of you as a keeper that wouldn't be selected over the next round of job assignment will be 49 to 50 or 98%, right? So, and after that, for example, we can make this 0.98 and in power of number of executions per day, for example, 100, and find the probability for you as a keeper that you wouldn't be assigned for even one job during the day, right? So, in this, if you will make 0.98 in power of 100, I don't have a calc near, but I think it will be maybe around 15% that you wouldn't get even one job over the 24 hours. So yeah, this is just a simple math to understand the number of jobs which is necessary to fund all the keepers for operation. So it means that the DAO should subsidize all these jobs, to cover costs and also provide some income for keepers, or make some token, not airdrops, but some like keeper incentives in tokens, providing some tokens to keepers, like subsidizing these absence of jobs, for example. So this is the main difficult point here, or complex point, and the problem is that Ethereum is the most complicated network to onboard job owners, because, as I said before, the cost, like the gas costs, are quite high. Also, they're not predictable at all. So it means that yesterday, for example, it was 8 Gwei. at the evening in my place. I just saw it. Oh my God, I need to make some, my own stuff because the gas is so cheap. But after that, it can be 30, 40 GUI. Some new NFT collection is launched and it's 100 plus GUI. So, and a lot of task owners, for example, for routine tasks in Powerpool, they can set up a high, upper limit for gas cost. For example, I don't want to execute my task if the gas cost is more higher than 50 GUI, for example. I don't want because it's too expensive for me, for example. So, and using also these thresholds, they are even lower task amount per day because the gas spikes are they're happening quite often. So yeah, the question is where to find so big number of jobs, because for example in Gnosis chain, even small validator can launch a task that will harvest his small rewards and it will cost almost zero. In Arbitrum and Optimism is almost the same situation. Of course, Arbitrum and Optimism are maybe order of magnitude more expensive than Gnosis, but anyway, in total, total transaction costs for all the transactions in some kind of a sequence of actions for the job is quite small. But in Ethereum, it's big, so it means that we need to find out some individuals that need to automate something with huge deposit. I mean, for example, if you have 10K USD on Arbitrum, you can automate DCA, you can automate some liquidation protection, you can automate a lot of stuff, and the cost of transactions that you will pay for the gas and for execution fees will be small compared to your yield that you can get on this deposit or some farming strategy. If you will do it in Ethereum, you need at least 100K possibly to make these transaction costs negligible in comparison with the amount of yield generated over some period. So it means that we need to get some high value task owners or some DAOs that making some fund management. So which also comes down to like I said, the personal level of BD. So it's not like you cannot attract some DAO that manages $1 million, for example, to automate through your project if you are not like super big brand in like top 20 coin market cap, for example, without some calls, discussions, making some technical roadmap, testing a lot of stuff. If they make some jobs, they also will possibly make some security audits, which is really good for the jobs. But anyway, it takes time. So it's like a labor process, I can say. So this is the main, like bottleneck for Ethereum. So yeah, and when the gas cost the gas cost was above 300 GUI, it was crazy. The days we decided to for a while to stop funding all the tasks, all the test tasks that we did from the DAO budget on Ethereum. That all the tasks were created just to test the network, to see how keepers execute them, to just to play with it and provide some income in Ethereum for keepers who already launched Ethereum. So and yeah, because one execution cost like a crazy, so it was just inefficient, spending of money for all these incentives, because it's all this gas costs are just burning in EIP 1559, right? And only the tiny part of it is going to the keeper as a reward. So we're just burning Ethereum in Ethereum network. For what reason, right? So I think this money can be, used for grants, for something, more like something really feasible. So this is the main complication. I just shared it honestly, like in complete all our calculations even for that. So possibly we will fund some tasks and make some token airdrops for all the active keepers who are in the network, who executed some tasks over the time period, just to provide them additional source of income in our tokens, for them to be sure that okay, if they run the keeper, they will get some amount of income, even if there is little number of jobs. So this is the situation on Ethereum right now. And yeah, maybe if you know somebody who needs to automate something on Ethereum, we will assist a lot and help to create jobs and do this stuff. Yeah, but so on Ethereum, we try to create some kind of a strategy how to onboard these high value tasks to the network. But also all the high value tasks want high value stakes. And yeah, high value stakes is also not so easy task, because not all keepers will have so big staking deposits. To solve this issue, we're also discussing with one project on which is building on top of Engine layer to use some restaked ETH, particularly on Ethereum. So it means that on Ethereum in the future, it's not a decision made yet. It's something which is in discussion process. So that using keepers in Powerpool will be able to get more economic security using some restricted ETH from EigenLayer restaking services there. And yeah, and possibly this will provide more confidence to DAOs to deploy some high-value tasks to Powerpool on Ethereum particularly. So this is our thoughts so far. So maybe you have some ideas or suggestions in the field. Maybe you know somebody who needs some automation, or some communities that need some automation necessarily for some bribing automation or something like that. It is like a use case that is already in place. We just need to solve it.
We have about 5 questions, but two of them are essentially the same question, and we've touched on it a lot. The question is essentially about future plans for collaborative development between Partitura and Powerpool. And I think we've touched on various aspects. For one, we have pretty much the same target chains for rollout. 2, Partitura is focused on the safe wallet, and the safe wallet is a doorway, if you like, into potentially the Powerpool DApp store, where there will be Lego blocks of services available to people in a trusted environment where they know they're not going to get drained. I would say that it's a very, very vast array of possibilities for future development and capabilities. Pretty much the sky's the limit. It comes down to our success in continuing to recruit developers in particular to develop for our DApp store, and keeping up with the keeper deployments on the chains, which Vasily has been discussing. I don't know, Partitura, how would you answer the question? What are the plans for future development? Thanks.
I don't know. I think like we discussed, like I think like our collaboration about the model will continue, and like our collaboration about like community platform, as we call it, and like DApp store as you call it, is very excited for me. For example, how like to explore how we can really elaborate together.
Okay. And then there's the other question is what are the existing prototypes that have been implemented? I know that on Gnosis chain we have various things implemented, and one of them is just a utility for the keepers that gathers their rewards and things like that. I don't know. What else do we have that's actually running today that people can use?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
The question is what are the existing developments and prototypes that are already running that showcase the capabilities?
Oh yeah, right now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the call, like we launched the model and some like our tasks on the Gnosis chain, yeah, and Arbitrum as well. So yeah, we just you can like
yeah, I think the answer to the question is you'll always see the most on Gnosis chain because it's just so cheap to get stuff up and running there. So if you're just looking on Gnosis chain, you'll always see the future. Gnosis chain, I mean, it's sort of like Kusama and Polkadot. I mean, Gnosis chain is where everything happens first. So if you're interested in what's coming, have a look at Gnosis chain. There's one more question, just for Partitura. Security and privacy measures that are implemented. What?
About security?
Yeah, it says what the question is, what security and privacy measures are implemented in Partitura to safeguard user funds and data?
Oh yeah, as we know, as we say that we use Gnosis Safe or Safe, just Safe Wallet right now, and we based on it, and we don't make any changes in their code, so our users use the regular main one, say implementation on the Safe Wallet, and it's like a safe. That's the name of this. It's very safe. They're secured by ton of the money and like a tested and broad and very battle tested solution. So we provide our users this solution as a wallet because it's really safe. Also, we for some specific task, like for automated task, we provide the solution that allows you to separate your. We create, in short, we create another wallet for you another safe wallet and mitigate some risks during the day. For example, if you run your TCA strategy, you shouldn't put on this wallet the whole your money. You just need like a amount of money which you wanted to turn into another during this DCA strategy. So this is the answer. Like we use a wallet, and for a different task, we create users different wallets to mitigate the risk.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we're out of time. I just, unless anybody wants to add anything, I don't see any more questions coming through on X. So I just wanted to thank everybody and look forward to continuing to collaborate, welcome you to our community, and encourage you to use our forum and Discord and whatever to put forward ideas about, DApp store services, and obviously feedback, any technical support issues you find, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, thank you guys for inviting on a session. It was really interesting. We got a few new ideas, and found that we have common ideas which we can share, and improve together.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was really interesting from my side.
Yeah, thank you a lot, guys. So I see some points for collaboration, so we will discuss it internally and move forward together. Thank you a lot.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys.